Hello and welcome to the upload for Tuesday the 25th of September. Today is our jam-packed full bumper episode full of joy and redundancy. It is the biggest news in gaming at the moment, but for those out of the know, TellTale have just begun a majority studio closure. What that basically means is a gradual slowdown and eventual shutdown of all projects within TellTale. And for those who don't know who TellTale are, they basically rejuvenated the idea of multi-choice storytelling and kind of made it big in gaming, with original stories in things like The Wolf Among Us, to more IP-based things in The Walking Dead, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Batman. An official statement from the company explained that a small group of 25 employees will remain to complete obligations to the board and its partners. Those obligations, they wouldn't be, finishing the final season of The Walking Dead or, I don't know, crafting something to kind of give closure to The Wolf Among Us. It's what? Netflix's Minecraft story mode. Holy actual balls! Let me give you some more facts and then I'm gonna rant. If the immediate dismissal of your job wasn't bad enough, it seems employees also received no severance or payout from the company. With character artist Brandon Kambenka tweeting, "None of my sleepless nights or long hours on the weekends trying to ship a game on time got me severance today. Don't work overtime unless you're paid for it, y'all. Protect your health. Companies do not care about you." But there is a tiny little bit of light in this situation. Developers across the industry have reached out with opportunities for ex-TellTale employees. The developer list includes Blizzard, Twitch, DICE, Paradox, Epic, Naughty Dog, 343 Industries, Ubisoft, and PlayerUnknown, among many more. Good on you, video game industry, bad on you, TellTale. Look, it just confuses me what the idea of TellTale became. Like, they made great things in A Wolf Among Us, like that blew up the video game industry. People adored the first season of their Walking Dead TellTale series, but then they began to do things like the Game of Thrones series, the Batman series, and a whole slew of other things that were, other people's IP that just didn't sit well with people, but they didn't stop doing it. They kept, pining for the latest thing and hoping that that will give them the money, and just abandoning the things that fans loved, like A Wolf Among Us and like The Walking Dead. They were working on the final season of The Walking Dead and a new season of A Wolf Among Us. Both of those things are going to get canned. People who have bought the season pass for these things don't quite know what's going to happen, whether they're going to get a refund or anything. I mean, considering people who worked on these games aren't even getting money, I don't know how that's going to work, but it's quite, this was the final season of Clementine, The Walking Dead's series character, and people won't get a resolution to that. A character that they've spent multiple years with, they won't get the end of that, which is very annoying. But we do live in a world of comics and so many different avenues for things to get finished, so you just pray that those things end up somewhere. I feel like A Wolf Among Us had a comic. I'm pretty sure that was a thing, so maybe that's where that'll end up. And The Walking Dead existed in comics first, so you can hope for that. But on top of all this stuff, just a company as big as TellTale being crap to the employees, it's like, if they didn't fall apart from within in terms of monetary stuff, employees are going to leave if you don't treat them right. So it's just, maybe we're better off as consumers without such a crap company, and maybe these people are better off not working for this company, because it sounds like a bad situation for everyone. But moving on to something, another one's closing? Capcom Vancouver has closed its doors for good. The studio behind the Dead Rising series and Puzzle Fighter will cease all production on projects after the higher-ups decided everything going on in Vancouver just wasn't beneficial for the company. The closure will result in a whopping 4.5 billion yen loss. That's around $40 billion US, and it's like 600 quadrillion Australian dollar. The Vancouver studio shutdown won't slow the company in any way, however, as the profits gained from Capcom's Monster Hunter World this year has more than made up for the loss. And we can just pray that some of that monetary loss was going towards all the devs, getting their severance for all that hours and all that time that they put into these games. But moving on to something happy now, Steep. It's still going. You don't care? I do. Steep, the winter sports extravaganza, is still slowly trundling down to its eventual demise. It won't be reaching that end of the hill without 3 months of new content for those still playing. Not even I'm still playing it. First off, on October 30th, it's an X Games themed expansion, followed by a 90s aesthetic filter on December 4th, and it'll all end on December 10th with a jetpack edition. It's fine that you don't care, but wake up, it's more Death Stranding, and I have no f***ing clue what this is about still. The new teaser, which debuted at Tokyo Game Show, gives us our first glimpse at one of the game's many antagonists, the man in the golden mask. He then takes off that said mask, only for his face to be further concealed underneath, which I guess is kind of the physical embodiment of the game. It's like, no matter how many things you reveal to us, you reveal something else that's as f***ed up as before. The Gold Man does some other things in the teaser, like goo cooking, but it all ended with the reveal that Mr. Troy Baker will be portraying the masked baddie.
Sound like fun?
There's so much spit on my screen after that story. What the hell happened? He'll be portraying it, at least in the English cast of the game. Let's move on to that other game, that Red Cowboy game. Rockstar have dropped the thrilling news that Red Dead Online will launch a public beta come November 2nd. The multiplayer component of the Western will be, according to Rockstar, an evolution of the classic multiplayer experience in the original Red Dead Redemption. Which sounds nice. To join the beta, you'll of course need to own the base game, which drops October 26th, so do that thing. But hey, are you getting bored of not hearing the words cancel or closure? Well, fear not. Oh, I've got another question for you. Did you fall in love with the innovative creation of YouTube gaming? Yes? Then what the fuck? The service intended to rival Twitch will be laid to rest come March 2019. So you have time to pay your respects, or just to find out what it is. Instead, YouTube will soon launch their gaming counterpart across to the main app, bringing with it a stack of community and live stream support options. So all's well that ends well, unless you're in China. I missed. Despite operating openly in the country for quite some time, the Chinese government has officially banned and blocked Twitch. I know, who saw that coming? The block has come off the back of the site's record high views, as last month Twitch was the only place fans could watch the Asian Games esports events. I just imagine the government has screens for every single app and internet website, and then all of a sudden the Twitch ones started to go up and the guy was like, look at that. And the other dude in charge was like, kill it. And whilst it's funny to laugh at the madness of banning a huge service like Twitch, it is a wake-up call of how easy it would be for a government to just wake up one morning and go, duh, YouTube sucks. But moving on to something that doesn't suck, more women in gaming. Overwatch League will be adding 6 new teams to their already hefty lineup, and Washington DC's yet-to-be-named team has found their coach in Kyung A. Molly Kim, codename Avala. Avala, who currently sits in the top 100 Overwatch players of Korea, has also served as assistant coach for Optic Academy and Meta Belum. But Avala will be the league's first female coach. This is so freaking cool, because this year we also got our first ever female player in the Overwatch League. Now it's our first ever female coach of an Overwatch League team. It's all very exciting for diversity, and there's 6 other teams, well, 5 other teams, 6 teams coming to the Overwatch League, so I think it's a good sign for the future for diversity, at least in Overwatch League, and hopefully it spreads out to the rest of esports. But with that, we're halfway through the stories, so I didn't have a bell. But moving on, and Halo wants you to buy shit. Halo Infinite, the next installment in the franchise, will dip its toe into a bit of pay-to-play. Whilst real-world money loot boxes won't be a thing, 343 Industries have confirmed that the game will feature microtransactions. How these will play into the gameplay and aesthetics have not yet been revealed. I get the strong feeling that any respected developer is not going to include the words loot and box in any of their games coming up soon. We got PUBG news? Ooh. How untimely. Microsoft have spent pools and pools of money keeping PlayerUnknown's title exclusive to their console. But after Nabel on Twitter spotted the game listed on the Korean rating board site, all cards are on the table for a PS4 release. I mean, after Fortnite spammed its way across all the consoles, it kind of makes sense that PUBG would reach out and be like, I want some of that money, please. I'll give you some of that money. Speaking of money, Sony wants it all. Hot off the release of Nintendo's miniature classics, PlayStation have revealed the PlayStation Classic. The 45% smaller console will be released on December 3rd with 20 games pre-installed. The first 5 titles have been revealed as Final Fantasy VII, Jumping Flash, Ridge Racer Type 4, Tekken 3, and Wild Arms. I'm just going to put the theory out there that the rest of the games will be revealed at Paris Games Week in just over a month, and if not, there's plenty of time before Christmas. Don't buy it yet, because you can just play these games digitally. If you're one of the 7 people signed up to PlayStation Now, the backwards compatible streaming service, and your internet just can't cope with streaming retro replays, well, stress no longer. The PS Now service will finally allow you to download the titles in full rather than stretch your internet thin by streaming them. Not all games will have this ability just yet, but it will slowly roll out over time. Alright, let's stop stroking the PlayStation. It's Ninty's turn, and rather than selling themselves, they're granting wishes. After battling and defeating cancer 3 times over, Chris Taylor, aka Spooky Wobbler on Twitter, had recently been diagnosed with terminal cancer. fuck cancer. I'm not censoring that one. Following this, he tweeted out, as anyone would, that he was really scared that he wouldn't be able to play Super Smash Ultimate. After that tweet, through the magic of the internet, Chris gathered all the support in the world, the internet all came together, so much so that Nintendo found out. On Saturday, Chris tweeted that Nintendo brought the E3 build of Smash to his house, allowing his dream to be fulfilled and to play the game with his mates and family. And I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit reading the article the first time, so yeah. I mean, I just freaking love technology and the internet sometimes. Very rarely, but sometimes. Something else that is good as a sometimes food is the upvote. Nintendo's Labo equipment was already an overwhelming success in terms of creativity and technological achievements, but some people are never satisfied. Designer Vima Patel is that human, converting the Labo technology into fully functional LEGO creations, and oh god, I do need. But that is truly the end of the gaming news today. If you enjoyed, remember to hit that like button and also subscribe for more stuff. Ring that bell too. And feel free to jump on over and give our Facebook and Instagram pages their respective followables too. Also, we have a Patreon. There's now 15 beautiful humans that have dropped by and now dropped into our super secret Discord. Just $2 will get you in there, but it's your money, so look after yourself first. But if you really want to look after yourself, come on down to Melbourne, unless you're already in Melbourne, so stay there and come to PAX Oz on the 26th to the 28th, of October. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be all great and stuffy, because there's gonna be a lot of people, but it's gonna be fun, and it'll be joyous. I'm really selling it. But also on the 27th at 9:30 PM in the Ibis Hall, we will be holding a special, exciting panel where we'll be tasting the best snack food whilst our hands are taped to controllers. Does that sound like fun? We'll make sure you come along. All you need to do is have a ticket into PAX, and you can have a ticket into our panel. I almost said into us. That's not what I wanted to say. Also, our podcast is going up today. It's probably already up. You can listen to it. There's going to be a link in about 5 seconds. So, until the next video, there's the link, it's up there. Also, you can subscribe over there, and there's another video there that you might want to watch. I'm going to play a song. Ready? Hopefully the timer doesn't run out and I can't play the song in this like little 20-second end card, because wouldn't that suck? Alright, ready? Oh, here it comes.